We're gonna roll right into the request topics. We are now out of actual topics officially that I wanted to go over. So, this one comes from our buddy Frankie Hernandez. I don't know if it's right for me to keep saying it like that. It's not.
Has he asked you to stop?
Not yet. No.
Then keep doing it.
I've not gotten a cease and desist yet.
No, you won't.
Okay. What was your favorite game magazine or website back in the day? I used to enjoy Nintendo Power and GamePro. My mom used to get it for me every year. I used to hang up the poster from Nintendo till I couldn't see the wall anymore. I even sent a few drawings in. So do you guys have any fond memories? Oh, my damn phone. Waiting and reading for your favorite game magazine.
I fucking loved Nintendo Power.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter what ridiculous like cover art or stories inside the cover, I enjoyed reading Nintendo Power a lot. It was fucking amazing. And as far as like game websites, I think like the only thing I ever did was like GameFAQs maybe. I'm not sure. I didn't even remember how long that
I was a huge GameFAQs person at first. And then like I moved over to IGN for a little while because their walkthrough sections were really helpful, and then that site went to total shit. Like it was garbo. I use it from time to time. I like the term.
I influence a lot of people with my terrible fucking talk.
I had Game Pros, I think, off and on. Like, I didn't get any of them in the mail. I wasn't subscribed to anything.
You just
my
bought them
parents
every now and
didn't
then.
allow me to have fun. My dad's like, you got the fucking games, what do you need to read about them for?
Your mom's gonna listen to this and be like, we let him have fun. They're gonna think we abuse
My mom ain't
him.
gonna listen to this. She's like, how do you get on the radio with your show? I'm like, don't work that way, Mom.
What's your dial that your show's on?
Can I get it on the satellite?
Why is your mom a Midwestern, like,
I have no idea.
frontiers woman?
Like a fucking gold panhandler. Oh my god. So, yeah,
Really?
you?
I was subscribed to Nintendo Power. I think
Amongst other things.
I was a subscriber to Nintendo Power from I want to say 1991 up until like maybe 97.
God damn.
Like every year,
Damn, OG.
every year, like at Christmas time, I would get a gift subscription to Nintendo Power.
A full year's worth of Nintendo Power
Yeah.
on Christmas.
I didn't have that
You're
many
always
people that cared
behind.
about me.
I remember sometimes they would do incentives to sign up for 3 years. Like if you sign up for 3 years, you get like
Samus came to your house and
you get
killed
like
Mother Brain for you.
like a free strategy guide or whatever.
Justin Bailey.
Just good God.
Does that really offend
Yeah,
you?
because like anytime I'm like talking about some hardware, there's like it's so important and now there's.
We're talking about this is a real thing.
Yeah, it's
Samus had a code in the game
I know.
to get her in a bathing
Justin
suit.
Bailey, which everybody thought was a name and not an actual thing. Bailey is British slang for a swimsuit.
No, we're done now.
Yeah, there you go.
Honestly, I didn't know that.
Ruined your childhood.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I didn't know that as a kid as I got older.
Yeah.
I know what bollocks are. That's
As far as like GamePro magazine, occasionally like I would pick it up on the newsstand, like GamePro,
I even silenced this fucking
EGM,
thing.
electronic.
EGM was nice as well, but I didn't have a subscription. I would just like buy ones that I liked or had information that I needed.
There was one magazine that I didn't have when it first came out, but I picked up a few at like a thrift shop around here, and that was a little magazine known as Sega Visions. But I don't
That
know
sounds
anybody.
familiar.
I don't know anybody that had a subscription to Sega
But I don't
Visions.
think-
I think it only
familiar,
lasted a year.
But I don't think I've ever seen one of those. It's probably like in a magazine.
You remember
talking
Sega
about
Visions?
game magazines.
No, I don't.
You remember
Biggest Sega
Visions?
fan in the room, and you didn't have the fucking subscription.
I
Because you weren't allowed to have
I
fun.
wasn't allowed to have fun.
Like I said, I didn't know anybody that had that. I knew a few people that had Nintendo Power, and he mentions the posters. They also would do the Nintendo Fun Club
Yes.
stuff, the Nintendo Power Fun Club, where you could like save up stamps from off of like packages, like games and stuff like that. You'd send them in to get things. I've got like Super Punch Out Pogs and
Dude, I haven't seen Pogs in ages.
I have like
I'm trying to bring 'em back.
N64 dog tags and.
And 64 dog tag.
Yeah, and then they would have like the little trading card sheets in the back
I'm
of
in the Mario
magazine.
Squadron. Help defeat Bowser.
So they did a lot of cool things, like more than just, buy our shit. You know, they would actually have like cool articles and stuff. The comics. They had several comics, Zelda comic.
Yeah.
Nintendo Power was probably the best one, just because like that was a magazine that was actually helpful. Because they'd be like, "Hey, I know there's games out that a lot of people are getting mad because they don't know what to do about it," and they're like, "Here's a map. Here's the points to go to. Look at you, Mylon's Secret Castle."
Yeah, I mean, they would have two sections that I always would go to in the magazine was classified information, which is where you would find a lot of cheat codes and stuff like that.
I fucking love that section because they would always have the codes that you needed.
And Counselor's Corner, where like a lot of
That
times
sounds
with,
like something that you.
a lot of times
Oh,
with
I
like
fucking needed
RPGs, RPGs and stuff like that, they'd be like, "How do I get this?" or "How do I find this item?" or whatever, and walk you through. And I remember they there for a little while. I know for one game specifically, Crystallis on the
Crystallis?
NES.
No, it's Crystallis.
I'm fairly confident it's Crystallis.
It sounds like an X. I don't.
Either way, it's the same game.
It's
They had a walkthrough, an entire walkthrough for the game in there, and I actually used it to beat the game.
I can't trust you guys anymore.
They
It's good. Don't have to fight about it. It's a good game.
it was a good game. It's probably one of the most underrated Zelda-styled games.
Oh, yeah, it's
top-down action
Illusion
RPG.
of Gaia was fantastic.
Yeah,
No
but
one
I think
played
it gets.
Illusion of Gaia.
I think it gets more notoriety than whatever, however you pronounce this game.
It definitely does.
All right. So I'm going to move on. He has another question, so he has a two-parter. Anybody ever use Game Sharks?
No,
I used to get one. I beat games like 100 times. I used to use a Game Shark just to get me different experiences. How about you guys?
Fuck yeah. Put in the fucking moon jump code for Zelda so that you can just hold L or R and just go straight into the fucking air. And you can just jump over everything. It is goddamn excellent.
I didn't have one of those in the early years, but I got one like around PlayStation. And that one was fun because it plugged into the back of your PlayStation and had a ROM disc basically that came with it. You put it in and it's just like it lists every fucking game that was on PlayStation.
At release at the time of the
Yeah,
Game Shark,
you just go through it. You're just
PlayStation
like,
1?
I want that, and it's like loading cheats.
Yeah.
It's like
The PlayStation 1 wasn't bad. I didn't use it as much. But I fucking used the shit of the N64 which is way more of a hassle.
yeah,
Because I'm sure you've seen the Game Shark.
yeah. I see. Yeah,
You plug it into your N64, you plug the game into the N64, but before you do that, you have to make sure that it has the right number on the front without the game in it, and then you have to make sure you have a certain game in it so that it will load up the Game Shark.
that's because of all those fucking Nintendo lockout chips they put in every goddamn
And
console.
it was like the few games that it worked with was like Ocarina of Time, I think an F-Zero, a basketball game or a racing game, and like one other game. And if you didn't have these games, you could not use the Game Shark to play any other game.
That's bullshit.
now I might be thinking of something completely different here, but wasn't there another cheating system called Action Replay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get it for like a Game Boy and stuff like that.
I thought so. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the fucking.
Like I said,
Game
I don't
Shark.
have much experience with Game Sharks,
You
but
need to
I have
fucking
heard
use
that
it,
about
dude.
the 64 one, how
It's a pain in
cumbersome
the
it
ass,
is.
dude, but it would get some really interesting. Like I was talking about Mario 64 with Hell on Earth with the Flash. In fact, the first time me and my brother used that, it froze the game in this horrible manner. 'Cause you know when you go to the start screen and Mario's face comes up?
Mm-hmm.
It was that, except he was extremely distorted. And it made this horrifying noise, just like, like that. And it would not stop. And it was frozen there. They turned the game off.
All right, so we got two more to get through before we end the episode here. Liza gave us one, which is my wife.
Yes.
Yeah. yep. She plays my wife on the show.
Yeah. Go ahead. What was hers, Will?
Our favorite celebrity
I was like, please don't tell me you forgot.
celebrity internet dogs. We've talked about internet cats. Internet
I'm gonna
dogs.
just come out and say I don't know any goddamn internet dogs
I'm trying to think. Do I know any internet?
You probably
dogs?
do, but you don't realize you
besides Doge. That's the only internet
Yeah,
dog I know.
yeah, Doge. Yeah.
do. Well, I
Much
mean,
wow.
there's the. I think it's a husky that the meme with the bad jokes.
Oh, the
The
one
bad
that's like
jokes.
it's like
Yeah.
he looks at you. And he's
Yeah, yeah, that.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Like, yeah.
There's that one, but no, I'm thinking of ones that like actually got crossed over into pop culture, like
I'm
tuna. It's like this little dog. Oh, he's a mutt, I think. His teeth are like all weird and messed up. He was in a Volkswagen commercial.
Get the fuck out
Yeah.
of here.
Don't know. All I know is that Shiba Inus are now extremely popular. People are getting fucking tattoos of Doge. There's a thing called Dogecoin, which
Yeah, Dogecoin.
better than Bitcoin, actually. So don't tell me that Doge isn't fucking crazy popular. I'll meme you out right now.
Wishbone?
Wishbone.
Was he an
He ain't
internet
no
thing?
internet dog.
Oh, he wasn't an internet?
No,
I thought he was.
Fuck it though, throw it in there.
Throw Wishbone in there. One that I follow constantly
Thank you,
is,
hon. I mean, Will's wife.
and I recommend people check out. His name's Crusoe. He's a dachshund, and
Makes the best Parmesan.
he has some awesome. He does a lot of
Don't look at me like
costume
that.
stuff.
It's creepy.
If you've ever seen the picture of the dachshund on stilts that said they told me I could be anything, so I chose to be a Doberman, that's him.
no.
That was the
I've seen
first
that in my
picture
life.
they had of him,
Okay.
and then it spun off to be his own entity, and now he's like doing events where he's making appearances and stuff, and for
the
any
internet is the most scary place in the goddamn multiverse, if there is one, because you can just do the stupidest thing, and suddenly the world is your goddamn oyster.
I think
There's
there's
my dog on stilts, and now he's a bigger fucking star than most actual people.
I think there's a corgi named Quirky.
Of course, there's a corgi. That's become like the dog of like this like millennium.
No,
It's
dude,
like
the Shiba
corgis.
Inu.
I mean, I do want a Shiba Inu, but
Doge has
corgis are like exploding lately. There's like
all over the streets.
in popularity. God damn
It's
it.
a medical condition. It's not funny.
It's a part of their breed's
They
problem.
shake their little butts and then they just explode.
Every breed has a problem, and
Yeah,
corgis explode.
there's a video of a
fuck.
corgi twerking, quote unquote, where it's just shaking its butt constantly. There are several other ones too. There's one named Marnie, who also has a bit of a medical condition, I think. See, it's funny how many of these internet celebrity animals have medical conditions, like
Well, you
Like-
either get some memeing or you get the dying.
like Angry Cat,
Yeah.
Grumpy cat.
Grumpy Cat, Angry Cat.
Angry cat.
Jesus, you knew.
I swear we're gonna have like a know your memes section.
Goddamn
Grumpy Cat,
casual.
Grumpy Cat.
Filthy cat.
Grumpy Cat has feline dwarfism, I believe, and
That's a thing?
yeah, and like I said about Tuna has issues, and so does Marnie, whose tongue just hangs out constantly, and I think he has a book out that he actually goes to book signings. I don't know if he actually signs them with his paw or what or whatever.
They put ink on his paw and he just slaps things.
Yeah, could be. But then I was thinking about, maybe, you know, when I saw this request topic, I was thinking about, like Jamie brought up Wishbone. TV dogs. Movie dogs.
Oh God.
This can be expanded beyond that. I always liked Eddie on Frasier.
Yeah. Yeah. I liked Frasier too.
Like I remember, like, when one of the first episodes, I think, it's like, yeah, call him Eddie Spaghetti. Why? Because he likes pasta? No, because he has worms. That was like one of my favorite jokes in the entire series of Frasier.
Wow.
Yeah.
Frasier jokes.
So anyway, I guess if you're gonna pick my favorite, it would be Crusoe. I guess Jason's going with Doge.
Because he's the fucking best. Top meme, my friend. Top meme.
I'm going with exploding corgis.
Exploding corgis. Welsh corgis are just
Oh, I'm gonna go Welsh because that just sounds annoying. All right, so last request topic. This comes from Justin. Gronk will be on the cover of Madden 17.
Ron Gronkowski.
Okay.
Rob Gronkowski.
How will he fare next
Same as
season
Peter
with the
Gronkowski.
Patriots? How will he fare next season with the Patriots?
Well, I mean, the first 4 games, Tom Brady's dead or something, so he can't rely on him anymore.
Well, if you believe in the Madden curse, he's gonna
He's gonna die.
break all of his legs.
yeah, I think that's what he was
And,
getting at with this. Like,
And possibly
What do you do if you're...
possibly get involved in some sort of domestic crime and maybe fight dogs. I don't know. Madden.
What do
Madden,
you do when you're offered the cover of Madden? Do you just say yes?
should
or do
probably
you-
start going to church that
I
fucking day.
politely decline.
I politely declined.
I was like, I appreciate you, Madden, but I'm gonna have to say no.
All right. Well, there you go. So now I'm going to go. We didn't get to do a discussion topic last time around, but we're going to do one this time. I had come up with this one. Is collecting retro games still fun, or is the price gouging of it starting to get it, making it more of a nuisance?
Will, I'll let you field this one for me.
To me, it depends on what you're looking for anymore. See, retro collecting comes in waves.
Yep.
It really does. When I first started back in the early 2000s, Atari games were actually pretty expensive, some of them.
Yeah.
Now you just pick up a shit ton of them. I don't know what's happening.
He's trying to eat his inhaler.
Blow my brains out.
In the medicine.
NES stuff, I think that's peaked and is starting to come down a little bit.
I would have to disagree with you. Just because of the art project I was trying to do, and I was finding copies of Mario Duck Hunt for $12.
Well, I don't think they're getting any higher than that. I think
Still, that's fucking ridiculous.
I think the bubble's going to burst here pretty soon. Right now, I'm getting more enjoyment of going out and finding stuff like Game Boy Advance, PS2, kind of like stuff from that last gen, but the generation before. Mm-hmm. Occasionally, you can still find some N64 stuff out there. You know,
now,
pretty
I gotta
cheaply.
ask for you too. When you find these games, are you gonna actually play them, or are you just getting them to have the idea of maybe reselling, or just the fact that you have them?
It's a little bit of them all for me.
I don't do any reselling, honestly, unless it's like something I've had around for a long, long fucking time, and I need to make some more space.
Yeah. As far as like for me, a lot of my reselling is duplicate stuff. Like if I see something like a really good price on a game that I know will sell for a larger amount, and I know people are going to jump all over my ass saying that I'm taking the money away from people who, you know, like this guy's selling me this game for $5 and I can turn around and sell it for $75. That's bad on me. No.
First of all, if you're going to be selling it for $5, maybe you should look it up.
Exactly. That's not my fault that you weren't knowledgeable. That's not my fault.
Ignorance is not a fucking excuse.
I hate when people pull that card. And for somebody like me, collecting on a budget, that's how I sustain my hobby, is by buying stuff that I know I can make money off of. That way I can buy stuff that I want.
Indeed.
And that's really what I do when I go out and hit up yard sales and stuff. I might keep maybe
that big sale.
a quarter, maybe less than a quarter of what I actually find, and the rest gets sold so that I can buy other stuff I want. Like several years ago, just a perfect example, I bought a big lot of GameCube games for like $50. And I kept Luigi's Mansion and Pikmin, and I sold the rest of it and the GameCube, turned around and bought the 2 Clock Tower games on the PS1. And I only ended up, and I came out even. Like, well, actually, I ended up that I didn't pay anything out of pocket. Because by the time that I had sold the stuff, I had made my money back and then some, and that I was able to buy those games. So I pretty much came out getting all 4 of those games for no money.
Right.
Essentially. But it takes work. I mean, I'm not just going and just handing it to somebody and selling it. I'm listing it, I'm mailing it, I'm packaging it. You know, I'm putting work into it.
Yeah.
So, like, those people are like, oh, you're taking the money. No, I'm putting the work in. I'm putting the effort in, so.
Hey, whatever you gotta tell yourself, feel
like a great example of this lately was a guy that sold me a Game Boy Advance SP that he thought it was a camera. He thought it was a little girl's camera because it was a pink Game Boy.
First of all, how do you think that's a camera? Did he even turn it on?
I don't think so. I don't think he ever took it out of the...
Did he read the fucking markings on the container?
It came in one of those cases that said Game Boy Advance right on the case. And he's like, oh, it's one of those cameras. Well, how much? $2. Okay. You know, and you know, it's that kind of stuff. Right now, if you're looking for stuff to pick up cheap, like I said, PS2, PSP, Game Boy Advance, GameCube stuff you're not finding as much anymore. Is it as fun as it used to be? No, it's not as fun as it used to be. Because...
And in our area, like brick and mortar wise, the well has run pretty dry. You have, you do have Just Press Play, which they do get revolving stuff in, but it gets to a point where if you're hoping to find anything that has a slight rarity to it, you're going to pay top dollar because it's brick and mortar.
Mhm.
So the chance of finding something in the wild to get at a good price that's rare is like, you might as well just kind of forget
You
it.
have to consider the fact that you're not the only one out there looking for it.
Exactly.
Because the people that are these brick and mortar stores, yeah, they're getting some of the stuff through trade-in, but they're also going out
And they're looking for
and
it.
buying stuff in
They're
bulk.
putting the legwork in.
Yeah, they're putting the legwork in too.
I'm looking at you. What's that fucking game store in
Oh, D&D?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't stand that guy.
There was like a couple weekends that I had went out and sold some of my stuff because I was just trying to make room for things, and we needed some money. He was the first person at my table at 6 o'clock in the morning, rifling through my stuff, and apparently none of my stuff was ever good enough for him. And I'm like, what, this isn't going to buy enough Coke?
Yeah.
Is that the problem here?
But no, it's not as fun as it used to be when you could go to a thrift store and find like boxed copies of Legend of Zelda, or I think that one day I got Legend of Zelda, Final Fantasy, and Turtles 3: The Manhattan Project. All three of them in the box with their manuals.
Yeah.
I paid $10 for all together, and that's never gonna happen again, and that sucks. But I get it. I get that hobbies like that become, money-making endeavors for people, and then it becomes a business, and then eBay didn't help matters, and you got to consider all that too.
What was that June I needed off again? Tell me, please.
What, June 18th?
Yes, thank you. You just reminded me, like, I gotta make a note of
Yeah.
it or I'll end up forgetting. Because I can't wait for all three of us to go yard sailing. Like, because yard sailing is like the last frontier
It is.
of possibly finding anything awesome
I'm
for
gonna
next to
wear
nothing.
the most ridiculous thing I can wear.
I hope you wear a fucking suit.
Part suit, part swimsuit,
whatever.
part nothing.
I mean,
You
I don't
decide.
have to walk with you, so it's whatever.
They're gonna see me because I'm gonna have a giant sign pointing towards you at all times.
I mean, if you want to make this the most uncomfortable day of your life, you go.
It's not gonna be
right ahead.
uncomfortable for me.
No, I just mean you got to carry a sign all fucking day.
Carry a bag of knives with me when I go to work.
Okay, I'm gonna get into semantics of you doing something that you're not gonna fucking do. Anyway, but I remember when I started collecting again, going around with you, because like, I don't remember if you gave me a Nintendo or you gave me some games or something. I can't remember how it started, but I remember like I got a Nintendo and I think you gave me Batman and some and Mario or whatever. And Jamie and I were sitting here playing and we're like, yeah, we gotta get more of this shit.
Yeah.
Like, this is fucking great.
Yeah.
And then I started going out with you, like, on the weekends and, like, sometimes during the week, and we would go, like, because there were more stores, like, all over the place. We were up in fucking E-Town. Like, we were all over the place. And we'd come home with just, like, boxes full of shit. And, like, I spent, like, $25.
Yeah.
Look at all this shit I got.
Yeah.
Like, I remember you could walk in and get, like, the fucking gold carts of Zelda 1 and 2 on Nintendo for, like, $5. And I was ecstatic with that. Like, it was
How
even at
the
a...
fuck are you getting those for $5?
It was,
Oh, yeah.
It was back like a couple years ago.
You could.
It was fine.
You
And
could.
It was
even at a-
fine. It's fine. It's good. It's okay.
Well, I
It's
mean,
okay.
it was at a point even where there were so many of them out there that you could sit there and pick and choose. Like, there's some of the paint scuffed on this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's better out of the three. That one's better. You could even like go out like the following week and be like, oh, that one's better than the copy I have. I'm gonna trade out and get a better one. Like there was that much out there.
There
And
were
now
there were stores where they would put all their Nintendo games out, and it would be 3 for $10, no matter
Yeah.
what title it was, or like 8 for 20.
And that's when I wanted like everything, and then like I got into that and quickly realized that was not really the best way to go about it. But I mean, I bought every fucking Madden game on the SNES that you could ask for at like $0.25 a piece at some of these fucking stores, and then I got rid of them because it was like, hey, it's fucking Madden, and it's not good Madden either. But like it was everywhere at that point in time, and that was that even like I guess 5 years ago maybe.
I think about 5 years ago it started drying up. The really good times were about 10 years ago.
Yeah, because I think it was around when Jamie and I started dating that I got back into collecting with you. So that was like 6 years ago or something like that.
And the whole thing that spawned all this was the fact that I think one of us I went out and bought an N64, And a bunch of us just hung out one night playing like Mario Kart, and I was like, you know what? I'm getting my old systems back. And then it just kept going from then, and then like people would come over, and we would have parties where people would just sit around and play Duck Hunt.
Yeah.
Or
I
NBA
love
Jam.
Duck Hunt.
And it was just
NBA Jam is a #1 bestseller of all time.
yeah.
No game has beaten it.
Ever.
So yeah, I mean,
The nostalgia of it is still great to go back on, but now, unless something happens with the market, I don't see it becoming that level of fun. Like again, like that easy, go in, get what I need, get the fuck out of a store. Like that's
Right.
just not going to happen.
if you want to find stuff, you gotta dig or you gotta pay.
Yeah,
gotta
and I'm
dig,
still
When you dig, you can waste a lot of time.
I'm still not paying that $500 that Panzer Dragon Saga is going for right now. I'm not doing it.
Which is crazy to think. A few years ago, it was 300, and before that, it was barely breaking 100.
I didn't even want to pay for it when it was 100 because I'm like, I don't think it's going to be worth it at all. Especially when I don't have that 2 megabyte memory cartridge to put on top of the set. I still got to use the fucking watch batteries that die out after a week. You know how many times I've restarted Shining Force 3 to play it, and I come back like a week or so later and it's gone. Like the battery just doesn't last.
It's like
very
you buy some
heartbreaking.
ion lithiums, bruh.
That's all you can buy anymore. So, alright. Well, that will end our episode this week. Thank you so much for watching. I just want to let everybody know down in the annotations is where you can find us and all of the platforms of which we broadcast our lovely show to you and our Let's Plays.
And be sure to stop in next week because we'll have a special guest.
Super special guest.
This will
Brian
be way
Keane.
after that episode, though, but that's fine.
Oh.
This will be up Friday that week.
Yeah. His episode will not go up.
We'll be
until-
recording that the day before this one goes up. So you're going to let them know about it the day after we record that.
Yeah, but they're not going to get to hear it until Monday.
Just do it anyway.
Did y'all like that? Did you enjoy that little back and forth? I still have no idea what's happening.
good.
You're part of the
Lord.
partnership too, so go ahead, do what you need to do.
What am I doing?
End the show. End it now.
Put me out
Will
of
wants to
misery.
let you know that we're going to have a special guest next week. It'll be Brian Keane. He'll be on the show. We'll be interrogating him.
ISIS style.
Maybe
Yeah.
not.
Probably not. ISIS
Probably
style.
not, yeah.
Yeah, we can keep that name out of here.
American government style.
But what day was that? It was the 24th when that's going to
23rd.
23rd. That episode will be up on the 23rd, so make sure to stop in and check that.
Yep.
So, as always, thank you so much for listening. We'll catch you guys in the next episode.